body make a man mad on your cure. And you don't need no makeup. Original cute body make a man mad. Woman physically fit, physically fit, physically fit. Woman physically fit, physically fit. Woman. All girls all over the world. Original King Julian, but the case man. I love how all the girls move their body. And when you move your body, you move it nice and sweet and sassy. Alright? Woman, you're cute. And you don't
Good
need
morning,
no makeup.
and it's an honor to welcome you to today's edition of The Go with me, DELALI Frank, out there right here on Pan-African Television. So coming up in today's edition, we're going to give you a spotlight. Today's spotlight is one player that you will love. So also we're asking a simple question. The next stage for Ghana football was should we wait for the reforms or we should continue with the league? Anything, what do you think we should do? And also Diana Stars is playing their CAF Confederation match today at exactly 1 p.m. We come to the foreign front where we look at transfer issues and the arrival of the world champions, that is France. We look at Belgium and Croatia as well. England, they decided not to do any parade for them. They wanted to go for the finals. And also we do transfer issues. We do Chelsea has replaced Kante with Sarri. Argentina has also parted with Vero Sampaoli. We're going to do discussion and also give you in-depth analysis on sports issues and anything that is happening so far as football is concerned. My name once again is DELALI Frank Aute, and this is The Go right here on Pan-African Television. Let's go for this quick breather. When we return, I introduce my guest and we start the discussion.
All girls all over the world. Original King Julian, but the case man. I love how all the girls move their body. And when you move your body, you move it nice and sweet and sassy. Alright? Woman, you're cute. And you don't need no makeup. Original cute body make a man mad on your cure. And you don't need no makeup. Original cute body make a man mad. Woman physically fit, physically fit. Woman physically fit, physically fit. Woman, nice. All girls all over the world. Original King Julian, but the case man. I love how all the girls move their body. And when you move your body, you move it nice and sweet and sassy. Alright? Woman, you're cute. And you don't need no makeup. Original cute body make a man mad on your cure. And you don't need no makeup. Original cute body make a man mad. Woman physically fit, physically fit. Woman physically fit. Woman, nice.
Thank you for staying with us. You are coming once again to The Go. I have my guest already seated. I have AM Boesiako. Yeah, AM Boesiako. He's repping the brand. Yes, he's repping. He's looking beautiful and I have as usual.
Absolutely.
Yeah, our old man.
The name speaks for itself.
Yeah, Ruben Ado. Guys, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Welcome to. I think Ruben's first time of coming on The Go.
Yes, Ruben has been a prodigal son of Russia 360.
You don't want to go home. Alright, guys, you're welcome. We will go for a spotlight, but today's spotlight is Cristiano Ronaldo. Something, one word to describe Ronaldo before we go for his feature.
Arguably the finest player of his generation.
You see, this is why we always feel like in examination. One word to describe Ronaldo. Arguably, like this is why we always we are complaining that what people are.
Answer it with answer one word.
I think I'm hardworking.
I think hardworking. That's four. Guys, let's go for our features. Our spotlight, that is Cristiano Ronaldo.
And regarded by many as one of the greatest players. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro, born on 3rd February 1985, is a Portuguese professional footballer who plays as a forward for Italian club Juventus and the Portuguese national team. Often considered the best player in the world and regarded by many as one of the greatest players of all time, Ronaldo has a record-tying 5 Ballon d'Or awards, the most for a European player, and is the first player to win 4 European Golden Shoes. He has also won 26 trophies in his career, including 5 league titles, 5 UEFA Champions League titles, and 1 UEFA European Championship. A prolific goal scorer, Ronaldo holds the records for most official goals scored in Europe's top 5 leagues, 395, the UEFA Champions League, 120, the UEFA European Championship, 9, as well as those for most assists in the UEFA Champions League, 34, and the UEFA European Championship, 6. He has scored over 670 senior career goals for club and country. Born and raised on the Portuguese island of Madeira, Ronaldo was diagnosed with a racing heart at age 15. He underwent an operation to treat his condition and began his senior club career playing for Sporting Lisbon before signing with Manchester United aged 18 in 2003. After winning his first trophy, the FA Cup, during his first season in England, he helped United win 3 consecutive Premier League titles, a UEFA Champions League title, a FIFA Club World Cup. By age 22, he had received the Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year nominations, and at age 23, he won his first Ballon d'Or and FIFA World Player of the Year awards. In 2009, Ronaldo was the subject of the most expensive association football transfer when he moved from Manchester United to Real Madrid in a transfer worth 94 million euros, 80 million pounds sterling. At Madrid, Ronaldo won 15 trophies, including 2 La Liga, 2 Copa del Rey, 4 UEFA Champions League titles, 2
He's arguably the greatest of all time. Ruben would say. And Tribo is a one who have another a contrary view. I wish Mahinabati was around. It would have been an interesting discussion. But guys, this is Cristiano Ronaldo. You can't take anything from him. He's one of the greatest. Entry said, I think hardworking.
I said he's hardworking.
Okay,
that is what I.
Hardworking.
He's an epitome of hard work. You know, he's when you want to talk about players that are very hardworking, you can't take Ronaldo away. Can't take it away from Ronaldo. Ronaldo has proven to be that. Yesterday, when I was giving the statistics here, that he has broken the records of Diego Milito in terms of players who were above 30 years and they were signed to other clubs. Milito was signed about 24.7 million euros, and Ronaldo has been able to break that record by being signed about 105 million euros. If there are any add-ons, it would later be told. So he's an epitome of hard work. That is how I describe him.
Ruben.
Not talent per se.
Okay, Ruben.
Well, it's quite contentious or debatable, but take it or leave it. Ronaldo is miles ahead of Messi.
Don't
in everything.
This one, when you start messing
with this acquisition, I believe that Juventus would halt their Champions League drought.
Let's quick one. Ronaldo, Juventus. Do you see him being that catalyst as well?
You see, it would just be like it would just be like the Argentine national team, where you have all the kingpins from their club teams, and they come and they are not able to how do you call it, the chemistry is not there for them to produce what is expected of them, because you have a certain DELALI, you can't go and really compete with him. He sees himself to be the person that is to be the that is supposed to be the star of the old ladies of Serie A, that is the Juventus team, and also you have a certain Higuain that is quite lackadaisical sometimes in quotes, and I don't know how Ronaldo, I don't know, Madrid plays with sense of purpose that we want to go for, but Juventus, I don't really see how things would.
Cristiano Ronaldo at Juventus entry. Ruben, quick one, then we move to our discussion.
It hinges on 2 factors. Juventus are a team who would always want to field old folks. They don't want to give the young ones a chance. But I believe with this arrival, maybe some of the old folks like Chiellini and Barzagli will be phased out to pave way for the young and energetic ones to as well win laurels for the club.
Alright, so guys, this is Cristiano Ronaldo, and he was a spotlight. Tomorrow we're going to bring you an interesting another personality. Ronaldo, take it or leave it, he's one of the greatest footballers. Others say that it's quite unfortunate that he's playing at Messi's generation. So there's that comparison, but that's be a topic for another day. Let's come back home to our discussion. Today we are looking at the next step for Ghana football. We've played the first round and announced that Expose came in and we need to hot the league. August, major leagues are starting. We are not done with our second round, and people are saying that we should just hot the league and pronounce the first, second as winners and let them go to Africa. What do you think we should do? You can send in your message, but let me start with Ruben. What is the way forward? And Adriana Stars too is also going for CAF. You can fuse them.
Okay, the way forward for our league it's pitiable that the announced expose came at a time we all never expected, be it good or bad. But so far as deep-seated corruption within Ghana football was uncovered, it meant that our football was sick. It had putrefied completely, and thankfully we want to sanitize the system. Let's be patient, let's tread cautiously, make sure that we initiate the necessary reforms so that we don't incur the wrath and displeasure of FIFA. The PLB, I know, will liaise with the liaison team to make sure that once everything is in order, the league resumes.
So Ruben, should we continue with this season's league, or we should just declare the top two as winners? What do we do? Or we should just
declaring the top two would breed suspicion and conflict, because what happens to the other teams?
Okay. What happens to the team that
look at those who are going to be relegated?
That's what I was saying.
And these teams are all members of GALCA. So the PLB should liaise with GALCA and hold a stakeholder consultation, broad one, to make sure that they solicit views from all these people and see how best they can put things in order for the league to resume.
Yes, I think we've the announced expose has has tend to destabilize football. Already football was not in its good shape, but it has tend to cripple it the more. And I think that going forward, as you asked, I would not hold as we always hold contrary when it comes in terms of who is the best ever. But in terms of the way forward for our league, I'm in tune with him, or I would corroborate his point with the fact that we believe that football is of much importance to the nation, and looking at 48 Division 1 clubs, looking at 16 Premier League teams, all these players, this is one of the biggest, sector that employs people. So let's not forget that, people are losing their daily meal as a result of this, Anas, Bruhaha or Hula Baloo. So we would have to make sure that, as he said, the stakeholders involved should, expedite the process and not just make by way of rationing, but they should make sure that every nitty-gritty that needs to be brought on board, that would help, bring football, sanitize football, and make it. It will take time for people to get the confidence to be back. But let us, have many things in mind. The government should make sure that it's sanitized, or the processes or the steps it's taking would tend to bring absolute would cleanse football absolutely, and also, notwithstanding, make sure that it's done expeditiously, or they expedite the process so that people would go back and get bread for their
Stars
families.
are moving. They are playing their match today.
Yes, the Fireboys are with a single point, and they are rooted at the bottom of the standing, so they need to win to brighten their chances of qualifying for the next stage of the competition. A draw or loss would prove suicidal for the Doma and Crew-based team.
They've changed coach. Kenichi joins the club, and he has not been to any competitive game, and he's calf match.
Be it good or bad, I think that decision was taken in the best interest of the club, because in their last game against Raja Casablanca, the disenchanted fans vented their spleen on the coach, and he felt that his job was insecure, so they had to part ways with him mutually and bring Kenichi on board. But looking at the timing, I don't think it's going to help, because AS Vita is handled by Jean-Florent Ibenge, who equally handles the Congolese national team. And I think they've been declared champions already.
Vita class even tops the
in the Congolese league. And this was a team which denied Kumasi Asante Kodoko continental glory as far back 1973. So they are coming here with high hopes, trying to upset Ibiana Stars. But since they are representing Ghana, I will put or bet my last coin on them to emerge victorious at the end of the day.
I think those who watched the show yesterday, I spoke extensively on it, and I think that the changes in the technical or the technical department of the team would have either a pro, the advantage, it would have either a pro and a con on the team, and that is an advantage. It would be of either advantage or disadvantage to the team. Let's see how they'll be able to leverage on the fact that Kenichi is somebody who is very determined, and when he goes to teams, he's able to, within the shortest period of time, make changes or make bring back them from their, maybe if they are dilapidated whatsoever, they bring them back into shape, into glory. So let's see in the short term, let's see if you'll be able to do something for them to sail through from the group stage, and then we will talk about the rest later.
All right, fingers are crossed. They are playing at exactly 1 p.m. Someone is in the hot sun. Let's hope that they do something better for Ghana, and also as they represent Ghana football. Also, Ghana football is moving on. Let's see what will happen. Then anything, we're gonna let you know, guys. Let's quick one. Let's look at transfer news. Chelsea has partnered with Conte. Replaced someone that will say that he does when it comes to trophy wise. He's no match to Kante. And also Argentina has partnered with Sampaio, and Hazard, Mbappe, and Thibaut Courtois are linked to Real Madrid. Quick one, your take on those ones, and let's.
Okay, Maurizio Sarri. I think the Italians have chalked some enviable successes at Chelsea. You look at Vialli, Ancelotti, Ranieri, and Conte. I think that though Ranieri was trophyless with Chelsea, I think when he exited, he was able to bring some players like Glenn Johnson, Gudjonsson, and Ian Robin. He recommended that those players be signed for Chegalas, and it proved successful for the Westlanders. So I think that Maurizio Sarri is coming in with this expansive brand of attacking football, and that is what Roman Abramovich wants to see. He's sick and tired of the ugly and defensive tactics people like Mourinho espoused. So he's brought in a chain-smoking genius. Let's just hope that he excels with.
but
he excels with the Blues.
But Alaji Bisa will tell you, go now, if you are playing good football and you are not scoring, you are not winning trophies.
He reminds me of Senzio Bana.
Someone says he has the number of weed he has smoked is more than the trophy he has won.
Please,
cigarettes. Sorry, cigarettes that he has smoked is more than the number of trophies he has won.
Anyway, quickly, I think that Maurizio Sarri, we expect him to come on board and just be able to replicate the good performance of the Italian coaches when they come into the Serie A, just as Claudio Ranieri and co did.
Let's wrap up with Mbappe, Hazard, Courtois linked to Real Madrid. Do you see any possible move, any of them?
I think that when I check the list, I think Hazard seems to be on top of the priority of Madrid priority list, and let's see what happens. Mbappe has come all of a sudden into the scene that he's put himself at the right place to take over from the two people that we always talk about, Lionel Messi and co. So let's see what happens.
Ruben, your last.
It's a shame he's not playing for Cameroon. We need him to play for the Indomitable Lions and not the Blues.
Probably. Let's do our works. Next time we should hold on to our players and then.
Because Rujamila persuaded him and
it didn't work.
It never bore fruition. But Hazard is set. He joined Madrid for sure as a replacement for Ronaldo.
All right, that would not be a good news for Chelsea fans, I know. And if Ohineba was around, he would have held contrary to that. It's unfortunate that he was not able to join us because of some issues. My name, as usual, is DELALI, PHRANK, and this is The Go.
All girls all over the world. Original King Julian.